how I describe my ideal partner on Match.com.
Someone like me, someone with pride and dignity, someone who speaks the Queen's English.
What fragrance brands who send YouTubers free bottles actually think of online influencers.
They're the lowest form of the low. They're quite pathetic.
Me trying to buy something on eBay and waiting for the two-factor identification PIN number to come by text from PayPal.
For God's sake, just give me the damn number!
Me when I finally meet Jeremy Fragrance for the first time.
I'm going to make an example of you. I'm not standing for it anymore, so just watch yourself, okay, sunshine?
What I said to my 8-year-old nephew when he gave me a slice of the pizza he'd made in cookery classes at school.
It's just quite sad. It's disgusting.
Me when I see the new Curly Fragrance video has 20 times as many views as mine.
I just don't understand it. It's a travesty.
And this is me when I finally meet George the Fragrance Apprentice for the first time.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
Hi guys, welcome back to the show. Just kidding about George the Fragrance Apprentice. I don't mean that. I like all the other reviews really. So today we're going to talk about 7 great fragrances for guys who don't rely on compliments. I've done this theme before and it's just a sort of provocative thing. I did one not long ago actually. So it's just 7 sort of slightly under the radar fragrances, quite a few of them reasonably recent releases actually, that I just think are really, really nice. They're not about pleasing other people necessarily, and they're not about getting compliments, but most of them do smell really good, so who knows, other people might like them. The point I just want to make before that though is, guys, we are seeing a bit of a shift in the fragcom that obviously the female channels are doing better and better, and some of the well-established male channels that used to get a lot of views are struggling just a wee bit, and I don't think they know what to do. So the formula's working for these lady reviewers who say, here's what women want, make her want you, all that kind of stuff. And some of the guys are desperately thinking, God, I've got to really keep doing those type of videos more and more, but it's never going to work because people who want that kind of information, they're always going to go to a pretty girl saying it before a man probably. So just forget that, guys. Let's talk about fragrances we really like. It's kind of insulting to the intelligence of the audience to say these fragrances will make women fall in love with you. That's dumb. That ain't going to happen, guys. Who knows what women want? Who knows what men want? Guess what? Women are all different. They're individuals. One might like pineapple on a pizza, one might hate it. One might love to eat fish, one might hate to eat fish. You don't know. Just wear what you like, enjoy what you like, be yourself. I think what other people like, including women, is probably men who are confident in themselves and know what they like, and don't go around seeking external validation all the time. And this, if you think that way, is the list for you. Let's get into it. 7 amazing fragrances. Let's flip the camera angle. Here we go. Okay, guys, so let's get stuck into it with these 7 amazing, delightful fragrances. Fragrances which are not going to be worn by everybody else, and are not all about trying to attract women or anybody else, or really worrying about what other people think, but they are all really great and unique fragrances. So let's start with the first one then today. It's Azzaro Pour Homme L'Eau. This is a flanker to the original Azzaro Pour Homme, that fragrance released way back in 1978 originally. This one came along in 2011. It's an aromatic fougere fragrance, and I'll give you the note listing first. You've got top notes of yuzu, grapefruit and Amalfi lemon, mid notes of lavender, geranium, and base notes of sandalwood, patchouli, vetiver and musk. A really, really delightful creation, this one. The easy way to describe this one, if you've ever tried Rive Gauche Pour Homme from Yves Saint Laurent, it's similar to that. It's as if they made a sport flanker to Rive Gauche Pour Homme, I think, from Yves Saint Laurent. So if you take the original Rive Gauche Pour Homme with that lovely combination of maybe lavender, it had a hint of anise in there. I don't know if we pick up on that specifically, but you really pick up on the similarity with that fragrance. And then you add to it extra top notes of yuzu, grapefruit and lemon, extra citrusy, bright, almost aquatic, tiny aquatic touch as well on top of that barbershop vibe. Then you pretty much get Azzaro Pour Homme L'Eau. Really, really beautiful fragrance. Great prices. I picked up this tiny, small 50ml bottle for about £15 in my local TK Maxx. I think that's TJ Maxx in the USA. You may well not find it in your local branch, but you can find it online for very, very reasonable prices. It comes in 100ml too. Great all-round freshy, bit of an old school vibe, but the added citrusy yuzu thing gives it a little bit more of a fresh zestiness on top and makes it super, super versatile. Great fragrance. Try that one out, guys. By the way, guys, I have a code for you. Mr15 gets you 15% off myfragrancesamples.com. Really nice guy there, Mark. Amazing range of tons and tons of designer and niche fragrances that are available in the USA and Canada. So I tell you guys, my recommended place to get fragrance samples in North America, myfragrancesamples.com, myfragrancesamples.com, myfragrancesamples.com. Next up then, it's Royal Water from Creed. This is one of those unsung heroes from Creed. Royal Water is a stunning fragrance. They first released this one back in 1997. The nose behind this fragrance, officially Olivia Creed. You've got top notes of citruses, just says citruses on Fragrantica, and mint, and middle notes of juniper berries and basil, base notes of musk and ambergris. So kind of simple there. And it's a beautiful citrus aromatic fragrance. If you like a really fresh fragrance, and you enjoy a little twist of, just a light twist of peppermint leaf in your fragrance, and an exquisite combination of citruses, musk, a little bit of that faint herbal tone in the middle, something of that unique tone, that almost gin and tonic-esque twist of the juniper berries. It's classic Creed, a classic, almost eau de cologne type thing, but there's a certain sort of sweetness there. I don't know if it's the juniper berries, or there's something a little bit sort of sticky there. It helps it stick to the skin, I think. Maybe the mint, I don't know. But it's absolutely exquisite, refined stuff, and a unique scent. So great office scent, great for any occasion. It gives me always a good feeling when I spray this one. And will it please the crowds? Will ladies like it? I have absolutely no idea, but it's certainly a delightful fragrance, and I think nobody could really object to this one. So yes, it probably would be popular with other people, but who cares what they think? Just on the subject of my watch on the screen there, just put the watches on there just to emphasise, guys, a fragrance ain't going to turn you suddenly into an Adonis on its own. Neither will anything else, but there are other accessories you can think about. Always nice to have a nice watch on. I think, you know, just wearing an iWatch, whatever you call, what do you call them, an Apple Watch, or not wearing a watch, because we can all tell the time with our phone these days. It's a missed opportunity, guys. It's another thing a man can use to put a little bit of style on his outfit, as well as the finishing touch of a nice fragrance is a great thing. And I say, if you can get a mechanical watch of some kind, that's a great thing. This is a Doxa watch from 1956. Hand winding watch, got it on eBay. It cost under £100. It then cost a little bit of money to fix it up, because they often need a service when they are that old, and so you've got to take that into account, and the strap costs a bit of money too. But for under £200, or maybe under £250 overall, I got a nice watch. Think about wearing a nice watch, guys, as well as smelling good. Let's move on then. Next up then, I'm going to go for Gucci Guilty Absolute. Yes, that's right, the controversial one that's supposed to smell like a doctor's waiting room. What nonsense. Woody Amber fragrance by Alberto Marias, the famous and legendary perfumer who gave us, amongst other things, Acqua di Gio. And 2017 release. Top notes, we just got leather. Middle notes of cypress and patchouli, and woody notes and vetiver are what you get in the base. So this one has a really nice combination of vetiver with patchouli. A kind of woody freshness pervades with this one. Some people do say that the smell reminds them of TCP or a doctor's waiting room or antiseptic of one kind or another. I don't really get that at all. I get that it's not sort of super seductive, sexy, creamy, sweet notes. It's not obviously lemony, fresh or sporty smells, but it's got a real classiness. There are hints of things like the original Gucci Pour Homme from 2002 or 3, sadly discontinued. It's got that kind of woody, ashy tone mixed with quite a bit of patchouli, very masculine, sort of fresh masculinity, but using woodiness as the main form of freshness rather than citrusy notes. I think it's excellent stuff, nice performance. So Gucci Guilty Absolute, a really great modern release from perfumer Alberto Marias. If you'd like to see an extra video from me every week, sign up to my Patreon group. It's only $2 a month. There's a link in the description, and we have loads of interesting stuff going on there. I do a lot of fragrance stuff, of course, but I also talk about some other things to do with my life. It's really fun, and I hope to see you in there. As I say, you can follow the link in the description, or just go to Patreon and type in Mr. Smelly 1977. Okie dokie. Let's move on. The next selection then is going to be Divine Perversion by Hedonic. And here it is. So comes in a rather fetching packaging thing here. Nice big box. I'll take it out of the box. There it is again. Nice box. Here's how it's presented in the box. Rather nice. And new fragrance house, Hedonic. So this is a side project from Francesca Bianchi of Francesca Bianchi Perfumes. She is the perfumer, and I think Hedonic is a load of leather goods, okay, quite kinky, raunchy leather goods, very sexy stuff. And in keeping with that, we have this lovely leather fragrance, Divine Perversion, from Hedonic. So the note listing for this one, 2021 release, and you've got top notes of raspberry and pink pepper, mid notes of caramel, iris and rose, base notes of leather, amber, woody notes and animal notes. So what I get with this one is a very nice iris note running through it. You'll recognise that a little bit from things like Dior Homme Intense, many other modern releases. But it's also got this fruity thing in the beginning, a little hint of sweetness in there. And there's a hint of raunchy sexiness underneath that. So really, really nice stuff, different to some of the old school stuff I often favour. But this one, I really, really enjoyed it. She was kind enough to send me this bottle free after she sent me a sample. Originally, I interviewed her, and I did say, in all truth, how much I love it. So Divine Perversion, new brand Hedonic, really great niche perfume, very much a unisex kind of vibe on that one. And again, no one else, or very few people are going to know about that one or be wearing it yet. And is a remarkable, artistic, yet very pleasant to wear, fun, sexy piece of perfumery. Next up, let's see, time for something completely different, as they say. So our next selection here is going to be Dunhill Icon Absolute. I actually gave this one away and then rebought it. It was on a special offer and I missed it. Really, really nice. If you want a modern woody fragrance with a little bit of oud, this is a great selection. Great prices available for this one online. 2015 release on Dunhill Icon Absolute. Great bottle design there. Love the way they've done that. You can get a 50ml or 100ml size. Always available at the moment online for really good reduced type of prices. So check it out. I think this is a great alternative to Tom Ford's Oud Wood. It's not a clone or copy of it, but it's much more affordable than that one. And it has that same kind of woody oud combination, but very easy to wear. Sort of, there's a hint of freshness, but there's a rich, seductive undertone to this one as well. I really like Icon Absolute. Some people say the performance is not amazing. I think it's average, but not terrible. You can spray a little bit more to make that last longer. Okay, we just have a couple left now. Acqua di Pino Colonia, one that I've been really, or Acqua di Pino Cologne from Pinot Silvestre. I've been going on about this one a lot lately. Superb citrus aromatic fragrance. 2021 release again, this one. Luca Maffei, the great perfumer who also did one of my favourites, Houbigont's Cologne Intense. He did this one. Your top notes are orange lemon, Calabrian bergamot, my favourite kind of bergamot. Mid notes, other top notes, sorry, is rosemary. Mid notes of ginger, iris, sage and green notes. Base notes of cedar and musk. Beautiful kind of tangerine mandarin thing in the opening. Very, very juicy citrus. Actually gives me a passing reminiscence of Renaissance from Xerjoff for a fraction of the price, because you can get it for about £21 or something crazy here in the UK online, and it's a 125ml bottle. I've only had it a month or two, less than a month I think, maybe a month, and I've sprayed that much already, so I really, really enjoy this one. It's a real go-to freshie for me. Lovely, lovely fresh citrus in the opening, kind of a little bit of an old school herbal tone. You've got the green fern leaf thing in the middle there on the label. Gives you a hint that it's got a little bit of that old school vibe, but you know, if you like your Acqua di Palmas, obviously they've copied the bottle design there a little bit off them, and just this nice crisp white cedar, white woods in the base with crisp white musk tones. Just beautiful all-rounder, great for work or anywhere else. To attract hot chicks, I wouldn't have a clue, guys, I wouldn't have a clue, but it does smell nice. I don't think anyone could dislike that fragrance. It's great. Last but not least then, I'll go for one good old discontinued gem. I love my vintage fragrances, and this is Escada Pour Homme. Lovely bottle design on that one. Escada Pour Homme, I've got a 40ml bottle there. This one came out way back in 1993. You're going to struggle to find it, but I got one in the end. I think it's a big favourite of George Zaharoff. He wore it as his signature scent apparently for many years in the 90s. And 1993 release, top notes of cognac, orange, lavender, bergamot and Italian lemon, my favourite type of lemon, and mid notes of cinnamon, carnation, cardamom, nutmeg, caraway, juniper, bay leaf, geranium, and base notes of vanilla, sandalwood, tonga bean, patchouli and musk. Great, great ambery, spicy male fragrance. Beautiful, just subtle hint of a subtle boozy orange thing in the opening, the orange and the cognac combined there beautifully. A little bit of a barbershop feel, maybe just coming from that hint of lavender. All these beautiful complex notes in the middle, the spices there, the cinnamon and the cardamom and the nutmeg, combining with a little bit of a floral tone from the cardamom. Base notes, and it's very nice kind of sandalwood, patchouli, tonka bean, classic kind of male, almost 80s style dry down or bass note thing there. Absolutely great. Not a powerhouse 80s smell exactly, but it does have an old school vibe. It came out in the 90s, but it's more backward looking, maybe to the 80s in smell, but really, really classic, classy, woody amber fragrance. Lovely stuff. I think Zaharoff's own, my final kind of wild card for the list, Zaharoff Pour Homme, or Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme, is a little bit inspired, I think, by that one, and that is also an excellent fragrance. There are some similarities, but a little bit more of a modern smell, and that is a fantastic modern release, I got to admit, from George Zaharoff. Looking forward, hopefully, I might like to try his tobacco one, because I know that's getting a lot of talk, his new release. Guys, that's it for the list. Let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. I'll see you in the next one. Remember, whatever you're doing in life, let's project, and sometimes life may stink, but we can always smell good. Bye-bye.